You got it.
It's showtime. Hey, how about the new season, y'all?
The Sportz Nuts are back.
You are now listening to the Sportz Nutz.
Yes, you are indeed listening to the Sportz Nuts. Welcome. We are back. It is season 6. Oh, it is so good to be back with my guys. Our guy Ben will be here momentarily. He's getting off. He just got off of work a little late, but he said he will be with us. As you guys see, we have a special assistant with us today, Mr. Ralph Williams. How are you doing, sir? How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. Always good. Rest and relaxation. And it's a great weekend. And, I did pretty well for myself. Didn't get involved in that St. Patrick's Day stuff. So stayed home, just chilled out and enjoyed my weekend. So slept in all day on Sunday. So that was good.
Nice. Absolutely. My man sitting catty corner, Shane Owen, brother. I ain't seen you in a hot minute. How you doing? I literally just used the joke hot, but it's really like an ice box at your house. What's going on with you, man?
Well, temperature did just drop about 20 degrees in about 15 minutes, what it feels like. Man, it's been going good. I had a great weekend. I got to visit, see some friends from down there in South Carolina. Got to play a little bit of golf in that warm weather down there too. So definitely an enjoyable weekend. But man, ready for this season to kick off, and you get into it with our first guest of the season as well.
Yes, absolutely. My man sitting below me, Mr. Matt Thomas. By the way, can we give a round of applause? That was a fantastic introduction, per the usual, with Matt. Matt, how are you doing, man? How was your weekend? Don't tell me you froze.
And Shane are gonna have to advocate that. We have maybe 2 or 3 weeks longer in between these seasons, man. But other than that, man, Brandon, of course, man, missed you guys, man. Hope all is well. Hope everybody's good. Hope families are good. Hope relatives are good. Shane, hope Lily is good. Ralph, hope everybody's good up there in your end. Just hope everybody's good, man.
Thank you.
Nice. Don't mind me. I am in my bed. Unfortunately, as you guys know, I had knee replacement surgery on Thursday of last week. So today is day 5 post-op. And and let me tell you guys, it ain't fun. It hurts. It absolutely hurts. But I'm here and I'm ready to go. Real quick, give a shout out to everybody on listening to 95.5 KFCE, as well as TigerNation.live. And the other 8 radio stations we air on, as well as the 39 countries we air in. Thank you guys so much for doing that. We really appreciate it. Tonight, we have a very special guest. His name is Ky Carlin. Now, he is with the USA Today. He also is exclusively covering your Philadelphia 76ers. So it's actually going to be a real treat to talk to this gentleman, and I can't wait. Just remember, though, after he leaves, we still have a lot of sports to talk about, and we'll get to that shortly. But let's go ahead and bring the guest of honor onto the show. Ky, man, how are you doing, sir? Happy Monday to you, man.
What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for having me.
No,
Well,
man, it's an honor. It is a real treat to have you come on our show. I know a lot of people who follow you religiously, and they say you have not A, but A plus type quality work. And man, I've seen your stuff, and I actually I think it's off the charts. It's amazing, dude. So I really appreciate you. So let's dive right into it, man. Now, the Philadelphia 76ers, they're kind of in a little bit of a rough slump this season. You're currently in the 8th spot, and you are, unfortunately, if the playoffs started today, you would be in the play-in. What moves do you think need to happen in order to get Philadelphia over that hurdle and finally get that ever elusive NBA championship?
Start over.
I love it.
blow it up.
Well, essentially, what I mean by that is, I mean, you're kind of looking at a team right now where it's like you're kind of trapped a little bit into these contracts with Joel Embiid and Paul George. And you're not really getting much out of it, right? I mean, look, George is eligible to return from suspension on March 25th. Joel hasn't played since February 26th. He's also ruled out already again for tomorrow against the Denver Nuggets to start the 3-game road trip. So once again, you're going into my Ohio City tomorrow with no Joel, no Paul George, no Tyrese Maxey, no Kelly Oubre, no Jabari Walker. And the Denver Nuggets are not the Portland Trailblazers or the Brooklyn Nets. So you are likely going to lose tomorrow. So it's just you're at a stage where you head into the offseason, regardless of whether you lose in the play-in or if you lose round one, you're kind of stuck with this roster that really teams in the Eastern Conference have already passed them. Their window it's close to being very just completely shut. The Knicks are obviously much better. The Cavs are much better. The Celtics are much better. The Pistons have passed them. The Magic are I passed them. The Miami Heat are up there. It's a tough situation right now, and you're relying on two guys, and you're paying so much money to that you can't really rely on them to really be there when you need them.
You're absolutely right. And you mentioned a lot of teams that are buying for positioning, and the one name that consistently is sitting there, but as you see, they're starting that unfortunate downward trend is the Philadelphia 76ers. And you came and you mentioned you're basically missing almost an entire starting lineup with how many players are out due to injury. So it's pretty hard to win a game when you don't have all your necessary pieces. Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, Ky. Thanks again for joining us this evening. I want to kind of focus on a little bit of some of the offseason moves there that the 76ers may make. They've made some really great decisions in the draft here lately. Although some of them may not have panned out, we may know who those are, of course. But I want to look ahead. This draft class that we have coming in is extremely stacked, top to bottom. Possibly well into the second round, you're going to have great potential with young players coming in. What do you see the 76ers kind of direction in this draft? And do you think that they'll make any kind of trades to potentially get something higher?
Well, the only pick they have in the first round is going to be via the Houston Rockets, obviously from the Jared McCain trade, which continues to look like such a disaster for the Sixers. But the only pick they have at the moment is via the Rockets, and obviously Houston has been a very good team this year, which means that pick is going to be somewhere in like the 20s. They do have a top 4 protected pick, and obviously that pick goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder from the Al Horford trade in 2020.
Al Horford's still penalizing you after all these years.
This is true. This is true. So, I mean, that pick will go to the Thunder if the Sixers, they don't land a top 4 pick, which is obviously very unlikely with the way the season has kind of gone right now. You can't tank now. You know what I mean? Like, it's too late. So you need to hope and pray to the basketball gods that Joel Embiid and Paul George are actually going to be, good to go by the time the play-in comes around, because that's what it's looking like now too. You're probably stuck in the play-in. Now, the caveat here is that, like, when Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Paul George, Dominic Barlow, and Joel Embiid are able to play, you have one of the best starting lineups in the league in terms of net rating. The issue there is you can't count on those guys on a nightly basis. So it's like, sure, theoretically, if those 5 guys are healthy and you have Kelly Oubre off the bench, you're going in the playoffs, and I feel like they could beat anybody. The issue is you can't rely on that. So you're going into this final stretch of the season, and you're still not sure what the Sixers even are. Tomorrow's game 69, and we still don't even know who they are. They don't have an identity. So you're talking about the offseason. You can't trade Paul George. Nobody wants his contract. You can't trade Joel Embiid. Nobody wants his contract. There are no moves really for this team to really make. This is kind of who they are for the next, maybe 2 years.
Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, Kyle, I want to kind of, first of all, man, thank you for coming on, man. We really appreciate this. You don't know how much we appreciate this, man. We really appreciate you coming on, man. We are fans of your body of work. Big fans of your body of work, man. I want to kind of touch bases on that Jeremy Kane trade. Prior to this season, last year, before his injury, Jeremy Kane was well head and shoulders above everybody. He was going to be the rookie of the year. Can you kind of go into what you know about why he was traded? I thought he was the perfect complementary piece to Tyrese Maxey. Good shooter, can play the 1, can play the 2, 6'3", solid. Never really made mistakes. Very cerebral type player. But can you kind of go into that framework and tell us why he was even traded in the first place?
Go ahead. He froze.
Like you said,
No, I hear that, and I really believe when you look back at that trade, it's going to. I just feel like it didn't make sense in the moment, and I take it back to that day. We were on the West Coast, and I'm hopping on the plane from San Francisco to go back to LA. It was such a weird road trip, and I'm literally on the plane, and then the news drops that they traded McCain, and I'm writing an article from my phone on my flight, trying to get that up on Sixers Wire. It's a crazy industry we're in. But no, the Jared McCain thing was just insane. And when, Daryl Morey obviously talked to us the day after the deadline, and he's talking about how he sold high, and they still believed in Jared. They just felt like, there was the right move to make. From my perspective, it made zero sense in the moment. It makes even worse sense now when you consider the fact that McCain was actually shooting. It was something ridiculous over his final 5 games outside of the final one against the Warriors on February 4th. He was shooting something ridiculous, February 3rd against the Warriors. It was something ridiculous where he shot 62.5% from 3 over a 5 or 6 game span.
Wow.
Where it looked like he was really beginning to get it together again. Because a lot of people seem to forget he was coming off a major meniscus injury. He tore his meniscus, had to undergo surgery, missed 11 months of basketball. It wasn't going to just come back like that. He had to really get minutes underneath himself, and when he was finally able to, then you trade him to the Thunder. And meanwhile, in OKC, he's shooting 44% from 3, and he looks like he's fitting perfectly next to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And a lot of people are kind of believing that the Sixers might have just handed the Thunder their second straight championship. So it's one of those things where it's not a good look right now. But again, they did get 4 picks out of it. You got a first-round pick this year. You got 3 seconds. Maybe Daryl has something up his sleeve in the offseason. But, I mean, truly, just right now, the trade looks extremely just lopsided.
Tim, I got to, excuse me, Ky, because someone just said Tim, I apologize. Ky, I got to sit here and now we did see recently the NBA step in, and they did cancel an event that was more or less for historical purposes for the city of Atlanta, for the Atlanta Hawks and the Magic City Night. Now, we have seen the NBA commissioner also be criticized for a lot of other things. There's too much time, not enough time for us to list all of them. The whole thing, though, is people are saying he's taking the fun away from teams and from fans. What do you think needs to be changed in the league, and what do you think needs to be done for us to return the fun back to the game of basketball that we grew up with?
I think the game is fun. Like me personally, I mean, like if I had to really admit, I love the 2000s era. I mean, like, listen, I'm 32, so like I kind of grew up like with the Kobe and the Shaq and Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, the Iverson, the Ben Wallace, and Chauncey Billups, like those guys. So that was kind of like my era growing up. At the same time, I think today's game is awesome. Um, I mean, I will say I think All Star Weekend sucks, but we also just were treated to an amazing All Star game with the USA versus the World thing. But I mean, All Star Saturday Night doesn't really feel the same anymore. Um, it is unfortunate that like a third of the league is tanking by like January. Like I feel like that's something that needs to be addressed. But I mean, I really don't even have like an answer to that. I mean, I feel like tanking has kind of been a part of the NBA's culture for, I mean, ever. I can't remember a season where a team like didn't tank. You know what I mean? It's part of it. I think it's unfortunate that a third of the league was tanking by the time January rolled around. That needs to be fixed somehow. But at the same time, there really is no like real answer. Tanking's just part of the NBA culture. Just it is what it is.
Exactly. My last question, then I'm going to go to Shane, and then Matt will finish it up. Is do you think within the next 2 to 3 years we will, in fact? I know they came out made the mentioning that they're going to vote this off season, but do you think it's?
I can't hear anybody.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No.
I can hear you.
Can he hear us?
Ty, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
I can't hear
now
anybody.
Ty can hear us.
Can you hear me?
Can't hear anybody.
All right, ask him my last question, Ralph, about does he think that we will have a team in Vegas and Seattle?
Ty, do you think we're going to have a team in Vegas and Seattle? Is that in the plans for expansion of the NBA?
Uh-oh.
Ty?
Can you hear us, Ky? Can you hear us?
Ty?
Nope.
No, I don't think you can hear anybody.
I will be honest, Brandon. I don't hear you guys at all. I don't hear like anything.
Okay.
I don't know if it's our sound or his.
Let's see. Hold on.
No, he's gonna.
Can you hear me now, Ky?
Reboot.
No.
Brandon, he might have to reboot.
Yeah. I'll message here.
Okay.
I'll message you. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Matt, are you available?
He's gone.
He's at work too. So
yeah.
Let me see here. Your audio out. All right. Let's do that. So we'll come back to him in just a second. All right. So in the meantime, Shane, will you hold the floor while I talk to Ky real quick, please?
Yep. That's good. Ralph, I know you're getting geared up here coming up for some big coverage, some draft coverage.
Oh yeah,
up there
absolutely.
in your city, isn't it?
Yeah, Pittsburgh. Well, it's my city that I used to live in, but I still have Pittsburgh in me, as Bill Cowher would say. You live in Pittsburgh, but when you leave, you still have Pittsburgh in your system. So it's it's going to be there. I have a possibility of getting up there, but I don't want to go up there because I don't want to get stuck in traffic. The lay of the land up in Pittsburgh is very awful. The roads are narrow, and there's going to be major traffic problems up there. And where I was going to stay at, they want $1,000 a night. So I said, I'm not going to do that just to sit and watch it on a tube, because I was invited to a draft party from my friend at Draft Nation. My friend's there. They're having one over at Station Square at the Highmark Stadium. And I was going to stay at the Sheraton over at Station Square. But like I said, it's $1,000 a night. And I didn't want to get stuck in no kind of traffic or anything going into town or doing anything. So no use to me sitting in my hotel room for $1,000 a night to watch the draft when I can do it myself here. So, and I'm providing a lot of draft coverage. I have 2-hour shows on my Sports Corner show every Tuesday up until the draft. And then I'm bringing Wrestle Talk back. I'm going to have guests on from all 32 teams. I got a guy coming on tomorrow on the Sports Corner show from Amped Up Sports. His name is Ryan Neal. He covers the New Orleans Saints. and I have friend of the show here, Tim Collins, coming on. I was on his show on
Hi, are
Thursday.
you able to hear us now?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, there
All
you
right,
go.
good. All right.
Yeah,
So
now we can hear you too. So
here's my question that I had for you was, and I appreciate you coming back. I know that Adam Silver mentioned it this past week, actually, that they are going to take up the voting this off season. But do you think it is a valuable, real chance that in the next 3 to 5 years we are going to see an expansion team in Seattle and Las Vegas, or just one, if not both?
I don't know. I saw that as well, and if I had to guess, and I think Seattle for sure, and I think Las Vegas for sure. I feel like they've been talking about Vegas way too much to not put a team there. And then also when you consider the fact that like Seattle deserves an NBA team, and it's still kind of crazy that like nobody replaced the Sonics over the past. When did the Thunder move? When did the Sonics move to OKC? 2008.
Yeah.
So it's been 18 years now. Seattle definitely deserves an NBA team. So I definitely think that's something that I think we're going to see both cities that get an NBA team. I think my issue here is though, I think expansion should be like the last thing on their mind at the moment. I understand it's obviously helps financially, but when you consider the fact that before for some reason I caught out on all audio there for a hot minute, a third of the league is tanking by January. So it's something to where, I mean, again, you should be focusing on that before and making sure teams are competitive before you even think about going into expansion. But at the end of the day, money rules everything. So
Boy, is that ever true. All right, Shane, go ahead, man.
Oh yeah, well, I know we talked a little bit about some off-season moves, and I know you said you guys are kind of stuck right now, but kind of got a decent free agent market coming up, and you guys got a couple key players right now with the injuries and Grimes and Kelly coming up for free agency. Do you think that Philly moves on trying to keep those two, or maybe exploring some other options out there?
personally, I think Grimes is gone, especially when you consider the fact that he wanted $30 million last summer. And he was a restricted free agent, so nobody offered it to him. Uh, and so this offseason, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent, which means the Sixers don't have like any say in where he goes, obviously. So some team out there is going to offer him 20 to 25 million, which is something that he's looking for, and much more than the 8.7 million he's playing for this year. In terms of Kelly, Kelly is, he's about to wrap up his third year here. I do know he likes it here. Talking with him in the locker room and such, I do know he likes it here. Uh, but again, I think if you're the Sixers, I think you don't have much to play with. You don't, because you have a 32-year-old center. Happy birthday to Joel Embiid, but he's going to be making $71 million in 2029. Just they got so much money committed to him and PG, at least PG for 2 years, Joel for I think another 4. They don't really have much to play with. They don't. They are in a really bad position for a little bit.
You know who Joel Embiid reminds me of, Ky?
Who's
It
that?
reminds me of the former head coach at Texas A&M football. The dude is getting paid no matter what. He could sit at home fishing all day, and he's racking up, getting paid. And that's kind of like Joel Embiid, and there's a little running joke. Matt, he's dealing with something with his daughter real quick, but I wish he would chime in on this too, because it's funny, because we have this saying we always say for Joel Embiid, and then also for Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis was on the trade block talks for the Atlanta Hawks, and that's the team that I'm a fan of, and that he is too. Shane is a Carolina Hornets fan, Charlotte Hornets fan. And so we always nickname them street clothes, which I'm pretty sure you've heard that a lot throughout your time covering the Sixers with Joel Embiid, because you're guaranteed at least 40 games a year at most with Joel Embiid. But and there's so many questions that linger with regards to how are they going to fix the situation with the cap. That's all we hear a lot of is the luxury, the ultra luxury, then whatever else luxuries they can pull into this kind of stuff, and you're never truly staying with one particular team anymore money wise. It passes through so many hands. It's insane. What do you think is a good solution to resolving the issue with salary cap? I mean, obviously we know baseball has no salary cap, and that's why they're going into a lockout next year. But what do you think needs to transpire to better the marketing system for the NBA?
You can thank CJ McCollum for all that. Shout out to CJ McCollum. I mean, look, again, you're locked into the CBA for, I think, 6 more years or 4 more years. It's one of those two. The point is, again, you can't do anything about it until the next CBA expires. So this is the way things are for another 4 or 6 years or whatever it is when this current CBA expires, and then the players union and the owners and they'll get back at it and try to hammer out the next CBA. But yeah, no, you can't do anything about it. It's kind of the way things are with the aprons and everything.
Absolutely. Ky, man, I know we had a little issue with our audio, and I apologize. Can you let everybody know where when your next article will come out, and when the next game is that you're covering?
Well, I mean, listen, you can always check out stuff on SixersWire.com, and then you can always follow me on the socials. It's Ky_Carlin, and I'm very active on Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok now. I'm trying to get into that a little bit as an old man at this point. So you can always check me out like on the socials through there.
Nice. I will say, I'm going to show him here.
Real quick before you go, I wanted to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
We're talking about salary cap problems with the Sixers. We're talking about players that were signed that are making too much money and all that. Has the ownership taken a look at the front office, and are they going to make any kind of changes, or is there anything in the works on this?
I mean, not that I know of, but I mean, I will say this though. I mean, this is, year 3 under Nick Nurse. This is, I believe, year 6 under Daryl Morey. And they still kind of haven't, made the leap that they were expecting. And it's very unlikely they make that leap this year. I'm sure, the ownership group is definitely sitting back and evaluating everything, and there might be a move here and there, especially when you consider the fact that there is a lot invested into this roster, and not a lot has been able to really come out of it just yet.
Okay, thanks, Ky. I just wanted to ask. I'm sorry, Brandon. I mean,
no, you're good. Now, this guy I'm about to show you, Ky. He has followed you for a while, and he asked if you could give him a special shout out. His name is Mark Livingston, and he actually is an avid 76ers fan. He also is a huge follower of yours. He loves your work. And he, when you were talking about tanking, he said, yeah, and tanking really doesn't always work. Sixers tanked through the process and came away with nothing. If you would you mind giving him a quick shout out? Because he is a very good buddy of ours. He's come on a couple times, and like I said, he follows your work avidly.
All right. Well, listen, shout out to Mark Livingston. That's really dope. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for following, man. I really do appreciate that a lot. And I do want to address the comment real quick, though. I don't know if I don't know. It's hard to agree, but also disagree at the same time. It's just like, because the Sixers tanked, yes, but they also ended up getting the MVP out of it. And Joel Embiid really did kind of, give this team a shot. It's just unfortunate that his body does continue to betray him. And then again, from the Sixers standpoint, obviously you are paying him a lot of money and you're not getting anything out of it, pretty much. But I do know Joel works his tail off in order to be out there and try to be with these guys. It's unfortunate that his body continues to betray him. And I think that's kind of something that you can't control, unfortunately. And I feel like that's something that, the Sixers that's the reality of the 76ers right now, like as they move forward.
Yeah, the land of the injury bug tends to rule the roost on a lot of things. Shane and I are big Atlanta Braves fans, and we know that so well with what's going on with the injury bug. Ky, man, I appreciate you. coming on, and I would love to have you on again if we can for the NBA playoffs if you're down for it.
Yeah, just shoot me a message and we'll set something up.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Have a great evening, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on.
Thank you, Ky.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Oh man, that was such a cool experience to talk to someone of his stature. Matt is actually handling his fatherly duties with Aria right now, so that's why he was not here to go into it. But we still have us, and we're really excited about you all chiming into this new season. So guys, this was this sparked a lot of things to talk about. The NFL free agency went off, and it literally went off with a bang, y'all. We saw some really big names change scenes, as Ralph likes to say quite a bit, is change scene can do one good. We saw teams get better. We saw teams maybe get worse. We saw some head scratching moments. What has caught your eye this free agency period so far, and what does this say for the teams going forward? I'm going to start with you, Shane. Which one has caught your eye and with this free agency?
Oh man, of course the Carolina Panthers have caught my eye. I mean, Dan Morgan came out this year and said, "Hey, we got to open up that pocketbook." I believe they're top 5 in spending this free agency alone already. So it's great to see, and addressed a couple of huge needs in an edge pass rusher and a linebacker with the signings of Jalen Phillips and Lloyd there from Jacksonville. So that was definitely huge. Of course, today the big news of the Jets sending Justin Fields to the Chiefs for a 2027 6th-round pick.
Wow.
From the
all in.
Yeah, go from 2021, I think it was.
Yeah, it's been that long.
What top tier draft pick in 4 years, and then now here he is. He's on his 4th team in as many years. So that was definitely a big one that I saw. It's definitely interesting to see. You see some of the teams that have gone after free agents here, and some of the ones that have made a couple questionable moves. But it kind of opened my eyes and looked at some of these teams and say, oh well. Maybe this is going to be their strategy in the draft. So it's pretty interesting to see and kind of see where teams set themselves up in free agency going into the draft to be able to make some moves possibly in the draft. And it kind of gives you an idea of what they're really looking like to take in the draft to make up their team depending on the needs.
Absolutely. Matt, welcome back. Sorry you missed out on that interview with Ky there, but you had fatherly duties.
I got the question I wanted to ask you. What were the Sixers thinking about trading Jeremy Kane? So I got the answer I needed.
So, but what do you think about the free agency that's happened so far in the NFL, Matt? And obviously, Shane made the announcement today because why else would the Chiefs want to make something, because they have nothing? So they traded to get Justin Fields for a 6th-rounder, who big spender there. But what are your thoughts on what's transpired this NFL free agency, and in your eyes, have the Atlanta Falcons done anything that make you say, okay, I like this because it's low risk, low reward, high reward potential?
That Justin Fields trade tells me, man, that the Chiefs don't think Patrick Mahomes is where he needs to be right now. That's kind of how I see it. That's kind of the answer to kind of let's get through maybe the first half of the season. I think it was Patrick Mahomes got hurt towards the end of the year. So I think more so he's more likely going to miss the first half of the year at minimum. But I think that Fields thing is just kind of a CYA move, man. Fields is Justin Fields will be good with the right coaching and the right team around him. And I think the Chiefs just that. They have everything that he needs, man. They'll be patient with them. They'll work with them. Andy Reid, one of the best quarterback coaches that you've seen. You know, he's had Alex Smith. He's had Donovan McNabb, Pat Mahomes. I mean, you name it, man. He gets the most out of his QBs. So I think that was a low-key really good move, but it also tells me that they don't think Patrick Mahomes is where he needs to be right now. As far as the rest of the quarterback carousel goes in the league, man, I like what the Dolphins did with Malik Willis. People forget he was highly touted coming out. He slipped in the third round. I think he was in that Kenny Pickett draft. Was he in that?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was. It was him, Kenny Pickett, and Will Levis.
And Will
Levis in that draft. So those are the top three quarterbacks.
Mr. Mayo and Coffee.
Yeah, man. So I think he had his time to develop and he's ready. And people forget, man, Will Levis was a young quarterback, man. He only had he started his rookie year really with no receivers. Well, Calvin really was his top receiver, and he was hurt most of the season that year. So, you know, Will Levis is an arm, man. You know, if you have an arm, then, you know, there's hope for you in the league. So, as far as the quarterbacks go, man, I don't know. I think Kyler Murray to the Vikings, him and JJ McCarthy, that's going to be an interesting duel right there. And as far as what the Falcons did with the quarterback,
they did a lot of low risk, potential high reward signings.
I like it. People forget that 2023 Tua was probably a top 5 quarterback in the league for that season. He was deadly accurate. Even Tyreek Hill went on record saying that's the most accurate passer that he's ever played with. He's played with Mahomes, so you know that could be just trying to big up his QB, or it could be something like that. Maybe throw a jab at the Chiefs. But I don't know, man. I actually kind of like the Tua thing, and the reason why I like the Tua thing is because it's cheap. We pay our punter more than what we pay Tua, and also.
That's why I said it's high potential. It's potentially low risk, high reward.
But the most Falcon thing that can happen is if Tua throws for 4,000 yards and gets about 25 to 30 touchdowns, and then we got to pay him, and then we pay him
$1 million a year,
and then he goes back to the old Tua, man.
He goes back to the way he used to be. That would be the Falcon way to go.
Yeah, man. So I can see that happening, but hey, man, having 2 quarterbacks is a good problem. But then again, you know, has the Michael Penix even proved anything yet? So
nope.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But I like the Tua thing, one, because you know Tua will throw the ball if a receiver is open. He'll get Kyle Pitts the ball. He'll also get Drake London the ball too as well. You know, and as long as they have Bijan back there, man, you know, we'll see what happens.
What do you think? Welcome, by the way, Ben Willis is in the house. Welcome, sir. Sorry you missed out on that great interview with Ky, but, you know.
I missed it, man.
Let me ask you this question. You know, what has caught your eye so far this free agency? After you, we're going to go to Ralph right after you, okay? So, Ben, what has caught in your eye so far this free agency?
I mean, there's been a couple different things. Number one, let's talk about I apologize if it's already been mentioned, but the Tennessee Titans, I mean, holy cow, they broke open the bank, broke open the checkbook. I mean, getting kids like Alontae Taylor and, you know, just it's they went out and just bolstered their roster. Now, this is the second time in 3 years that they've spent the most money in free agency out of any NFL team. So far, it hasn't yielded good results, but, you know, you got to keep shooting your shot, I suppose. You know, you look at the Raiders, you know, signing the Kobe Dean and Quay Walker at linebacker. I mean, those are the 2 teams that really caught my eye, with the Titans and the Raiders.
Did you really just say what you said? Shoot your shot. I love that, Ben. That's awesome. Love it. All right, Ralph. So what has caught your eye this free agency? And do you think your Steelers have done enough to make you say, we're not going to have another 9-8 season or 10-7 season? This may be a better year. I mean, obviously we know that the Ravens, they're taking sort of a step back this offseason so far. But what do you think about the free agency, and what have your Steelers done to make you say, I'm ready for this next season?
Well, I think, Brandon, they've done a lot right now. They've currently brought in some guys. They just lost Corliss Waitman. They were going to have a punting competition between him and Cameron Johnston. They had it last year. Waitman won. Waitman's gone. He went to the 49ers. The Steelers have done, I think, a pretty good job. They went and got Pittman Jr. They went out and they got a couple other guys that are just Jamal Dean. despite the fact some people say he's a bum, others are saying that, he's not a bad player in the right system. I've always said this, Brandon, you repeated it earlier, change of atmosphere can do somebody good. Maybe Jamal Dean will thrive in this defense with Patrick Graham. He didn't thrive down in Tampa. I don't know what happened down there, but I know that sometimes changing around, Jalen Ramsey's back there as well. And we got Savage, and we got some guys that are coming in that I think are going to improve the team. The Steelers need to make some more moves. They either need to do something with Highsmith, or they need to do something with TJ Watt, restructure a contract or something, because Watt's not performing what he's getting paid. So, and I think that if they trade Highsmith, either get some more draft picks or get at least a semi-decent player, start Nick Herbig, get him in there and start him. You got Jack Sawyer. You got a bunch of younger guys. Patrick Queen hasn't played up to his money. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys on this team that they need to do something with and get some money. They need to keep their foot on the gas and get as many wide receivers as they can, because they have not had a good wide receiver room in a while, and they need to start doing that. And keep your foot on the gas, go in the draft, get as many as you can, and get them on the team. And they need to get a good kick returner. They haven't had one in a long time. I suggest Desmond Reed from Pitt, who has returned many kickoffs and punts for touchdowns. I've seen it myself.
Yeah.
He's not a
if
good
you haven't
running.
lived under a rock.
Yeah, he's a good running back in the backfield when he's healthy. I say this too, Brandon. You can't help the club if you're in the tub. So I mean, and if you ask me about the free agency, I think the Falcons with Tua and Stefanski, I think that's pretty decent. Kyler Murray to Minnesota. We'll see what happens up there. Kevin O'Connell's a good quarterback coach as well, working up there with him. And also that sends a message to J.J. McCarthy. He better get his act together. And that's a good free agent move. I like those moves. And the interesting one of them all was the Max Crosby. I mean, that thing totally blew up. And, the Ravens knew he was damaged goods. And they went ahead and still try to, they brought him in. They gave him a physical. And now he had to go back to the Raiders. The Raiders are stuck with him now. So we'll see what happens there. Justin Fields, as Matt said, is going to the Kansas City Chiefs, and I believe this could be Justin Fields' team. Andy Reid's good at working with coaches. He brought back Eric Bieniemy, as part of the coaching staff. So I think Justin Fields could make it with Kansas City. He's not a bad quarterback. He's 4-2 with the Steelers. Had a bad year with the Jets last year. Everybody does. So I mean, and
sorry,
and
Ben. Not you, Bill, but the other Ben.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Brandon.
We have another Ben Rodriguez, who is a Jets fan. I was saying, sorry, Ben.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm sorry to say that, but I speak the truth, and I mean, the truth is that the Jets are a mess. I mean, and we'll see what Aaron Glenn does this year. And some of these other new coaches are smart. They went out and they got other quarterbacks. They brought some guys in, experienced quarterbacks to help their cause. And that's what you do when you're a new coach. And, so Aaron Glenn didn't do that. He got rid of Aaron Rodgers, brought in Justin Fields, and, and his first season was a bust. And, we'll go from there and see what happens. My sleeper team this year, I think, is going to be the Saints. Kellen Moore did pretty well last year. He had them in games. They didn't get blown out. So we'll see what he does in his second year. But I think you want my take on the NFL season this year. That's my free agency and everything else, and the Steelers and all that. So
I love it.
And Kenny Pickett with Carolina Panthers now. If Kenny Pickett doesn't do good with Dave Canellis, Kenny Pickett shouldn't be in the league.
Yep.
Because Dave Canellis is a good quarterbacks coach. Look what he did with Geno Smith. Look what he did down in Seattle. And then look what he did down in Tampa with Baker Mayfield. And now he's at Carolina. Look what he's doing with Bryce Young. If Kenny Pickett can't thrive there, he needs to get out of the league. He needs to go somewhere. So I mean,
absolutely.
So that's all I got to say about that. And if anybody ever wants to know why the Steelers took him in the first round, I could tell the real story, because the Steelers tell you the real story. Okay.
So y'all, all the college basketball tournaments, their games have come and gone, and there's actually been some really big names that have gotten into the dance.
Yes.
And how about this, y'all? There is a school here that got into the dance. This young man right here wasn't even alive yet with the last time they were in the dance.
Who, Farman?
No, no, it is actually Hofstra.
Hofstra. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while
in the dance.
Hofstra,
Hofstra made it. I'm sorry, Ben. You were born in 2000. What year were you born, Ben?
98.
So he was alive. Okay, but you weren't alive when Idaho got into it. The last time Idaho was in was 1990. Furman got into the dance as well.
And did Speedy Claxton go to Hofstra?
I don't know. I know the last big name that came out of Hofstra was Marquise Colston out of the play for the Saints. That's the only thing I remember.
When Hofstra was
on basketball. In basketball, I think it was Speedy Claxton. I think the Hawks drafted him out of Hofstra. Anyway,
it may have been.
But I think that was the last time they even been to the tournament because Speedy Claxton was there.
2001 was the last time Hofstra was in the NCAA tournament. Well, here's something also. There is a school, their first year of eligibility to go into the NCAA tournament, they get in, but it's also their last year. Why? Because they're merging with Elon University. I'm talking about Queens University. So I'm going to start with you, Matt. The first 4 games that they're slated to start this week coming up, there's some pretty good matchups. There's one that I think is an absolute joke, though, because Miami of Ohio went 31-1. They should have not had to play in the first 4 in. But what games are you circling for the first 4 and just in general for the first round?
For the first round, man, just looking at it, man, I want to see what's going to happen between that. That's a win. You know what? That's a win.
Stop saying that's win.
UCLA, UCF would be a good one. That's a 7-10 matchup. That's a good matchup.
Florida.
You said what?
You said UCLA in Central Florida.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a good game. Man, the first round should VCU. Maybe VCU might sneak one on North Carolina since North Carolina's lost their star freshman Caleb Wilson.
Yeah.
I can see them upsetting North Carolina there. Maybe Santa Clara could get that win over Kentucky. SMU is no slouch either, man. They might give Tennessee some problems, especially if Tennessee relies on their.
What about a particular 13-4 matchup? 13-4 matchup.
You're talking about Hawaii and Arkansas.
Yeah. Hawaii and Arkansas.
Talking about Hawaii and Arkansas.
Hawaii versus Arkansas. Yeah, that's going to be something.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Hey, stranger things have happened. Remember,
the game for the first half.
But wait. Now remember this, Matt. Remember, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Remember, they went 0 for all season, and they go to the dance because they won their conference tournament.
I remember that. Hey, that's my home state. I remember that. But they got mollywopped in the tournament. Let's not forget that part either. So
which one are you looking at the most for?
Honestly, man, I don't think there's going to be too many upsets this first round. This go round. I don't see too many upsets. I think there might be a few 7-10 matchups that can go either way.
5-12s.
That's the first thing I looked at too, man. I think the 5s are going to dominate all the 12s this year, man. I don't think we're going to have 1 12 be the 5. I don't see it. I can't see it. I don't think Vanderbilt's going to lose. I don't think who else we got? Vanderbilt's definitely not going to lose against McNeese State, man. That's not going to happen.
And just so you guys don't know this, McNeese is also located in Louisiana, by the way, folks.
Yeah, but St. John's is too well coached. They're not going to lose that. I don't know, man. Checking the other side of the bracket. Even though High Point won 30 games, I just can't see him beating Wisconsin. Wisconsin's always. I think
High Point. I think because they're really fast and they're a very good scoring team.
Wisconsin's played the same way for the last 20 years, man. They're not gonna.
I think High Point has a chance. I really do.
I don't know, man. I just don't see any 5 matches. Oh, yeah, no, Akron, no.
That's the only one because. Who are they playing again?
It's Akron and Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Texas Tech lost their star player, remember?
That is true.
Akron hasn't been good since Keith Dambrov was there. That was the last
But
time
they
they were
also
good,
lost
you know.
a guard. They also lost a guard against Iowa State in that Big 12 championship game.
So you know that maybe that might be it.
That
might be the 5-12 one for this year. Every year we got one. We have one every year, so that might be the one, man.
So we heard Shane talk about one thing, but Shane, give us your eyeballs for the first round. Which one are you looking at the most?
Definitely looking at that Texas NC State game. I think
I was hoping you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah, this could possibly be one of the best first four games that we've seen since the inception of the first four.
Yeah.
As far as the talent level and then being 11 seeds and moving forward. With that also being said, I've got my eyes on that VCU team there in the first round against UNC. Definitely, I would, if I was a Tar Heel fan, I would be on upset alert.
Yes.
East bracket. Oh my God.
So here's what I did, Shane. I actually created two, and I have it where on one of the brackets I have VCU upsetting UNC. I really do, because you're right. You know, VCU is such a talented team. They really are.
And
their seeding does not
supersede
them.
They have the size, and just looking at the bracket overall, they look probably about the best double seeded team that could make a run as a Cinderella right now. With the bracket and everything that they're having to go through on that side. So definitely going to be paying attention to them. The four and whatever matchup that you were talking about, I thought you were looking at that Nebraska Troy game.
No, Nebraska's going to win that one all day.
Well, and that would be their first win.
It'd be their first win in that seeding tournament. Yeah.
So definitely going to pay attention to that one. Another kind of upset watch that I'm going to put out there in this first round. UGA, St. Louis.
Yes, I actually, and I kid you not, I can pull my bracket up right now. All five of them, I have St. Louis beating UGA. I'm so glad you said that too, Shane. Thank God someone is smart like that too. Tell everybody why you think that could be the upset right there. Tell everybody.
Well, St. Louis, they've been in the top 25. They were that mid-major in the top 25 for most of the year. They had a couple late losses that dropped them out, but Georgia was in that top 25, that top 15 or that 15 to 25 range throughout the year, kind of there with St. Louis. So definitely matches them up, and I think they got it right when they matched these two teams up to basically see where their head's at. But I know Miami of Ohio had a great season, but I hate that they're playing in the first four game. But with St. Louis, with what they went through in their conference tournament and dropping out, I believe that they deserved a little bit of a nod ahead of Miami of Ohio because of their strength of schedule and all of what was it, 362 or something of 365.
Yeah, it was pretty abysmal. But in fairness though, Shane, you really can't control who you schedule. You can just control what your team does.
Oh yeah. Well, that's that's what you can do. But
and that's also why I argue about the MAC sucks. But that's just me.
Well, in that same sense, you also got to look at it and say, hey, we're talking about a UGA St. Louis game that they're matching up correctly. You're in the first four games to go into the tournament. So, hey, shut us up. Tell us we were wrong.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
What do you think, Ben? Which game are you eyeballing the most in the first round?
I'm just going to add, I think, can we really call an 8 versus 9 an upset? I mean, technically, I guess.
Absolutely.
Technically, I guess it is. But
UGA and St. Louis, their 8-9 matchup.
I mean, I don't know. When I think upset, I think like 12 versus 5 or 15 versus 2. That's what I think. I'm thinking like
Okay, let's look at that way.
8-9
Small
here.
versus large.
8-9. This is 8-9.
Well, no. Let's do the way. Then let's do the way, Matt. Small, large. St. Louis is very small. They're a mid-major, and they're playing an SEC perennial powerhouse team in Georgia.
But we're forgetting St. Louis was the biggest team at one point before, man. It's not like they're small.
But they're still they are in theory they are classified as little brother.
Hey, look, man, they're D1.
I'm just going to tell you, I don't think St. Louis has a chance, and for one reason, they're not big enough. Georgia's too big, man. I mean, honestly, the only way I could see St. Louis winning is if they just out hustle Georgia. That's it. That's the only way they could do it.
Yeah,
I think Georgia's too big.
Who do you
I think they could do
who's the
it.
one you could see that could do it though? Like, who do you think is the one that says, you know what, this team really has a legit opportunity to upset or move on to the next round?
USF, without hesitation.
Central South Florida, I like that.
USF without hesitation.
I like that.
I have a friend that covers them. He said,
you have 5 players. All 5 of their starting 5 is averaging 11 or more a game. I mean, I know they play in a weak conference, but look, if you have 5 guys scoring in double digits a game, that's pretty darn good. I don't care what conference you're in.
Last time I checked, though, if you score more than the other team, you're still winning.
Yeah, exactly. Louisville, they scare me, man. Even with Michael Brown, I know Michael Brown is great, but I've watched Louisville this year, and I'm telling you, they live by the 3 and they die by it. And they don't play defense. They don't play defense either. Their defense is putrid. So I think that one's got upset written all over it.
I like that. What about you, Ralph? Which one are you circling and saying that's the one?
Well, I actually have 2, but the one that I'm looking at is never ever sell out TCU. TCU is coached by Jamie Dixon, former Pitt head coach.
I didn't know
TCU. He's been there for a while. They're always in the big dance, and don't ever sell them out. Ohio State has lost. They lost to Pitt this year, so Ohio State can be beat. Okay, so I'm looking at that one. And the Miami of Ohio matchup against SMU, I'm praying for an upset on that one because I like to see them move forward with their record and the 31-1 and the miraculous season. But here's a game here, guys, that's going to be really, really interesting, and that is Prairie View versus Lehigh is an interesting one, and University of Maryland, Baltimore County versus Howard. Those are games that.
UMBC has that anonymous name with them for upset because they were the first 16 upset of one.
Right. And those games are going to be interesting too. Don't sell those games short. I mean, and those guys move on. They could be dangerous. I mean, teams like that can be dangerous. I've seen it. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there. It's good to see Wichita State back in it. They were in it. They've upset teams over the years in the NCAA. So, it's going to be an interesting tournament. We'll see what happens. Some underdogs could win, and then some of the guys that are on top could just move on and blow out some of these teams. We'll see.
Absolutely. Guys, we saw something that we all thought, and don't say you did, because we all didn't think it was going to happen. Kobe Bryant's great scoring record, it finally fell recently in the NBA, with Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points. But it gets even better. And this one, I'm going to let Ben be the one to talk about because we all have a group text message that we're part of. And Ben was the first one to tell me, first off, he was the first to tell me Bam Adebayo scored 83. And then the second record fell. Ben, what is that second record that fell? And also, you know what? You are the one talking about this subject, man, because I want to hear your thoughts on Bam Adebayo breaking Kobe's 81-point record, and then also the other record falling. Go ahead.
Well, let's start with Bam Adebayo. For those of y'all that are tuned into the show, y'all see the Miami Heat jersey right here. This is Dwayne Wade. I'm a big Heat fan, man. I'm just going to say, I think all this, I'm just going to say the nonsense that from Stephen A. Smith and from all these other broadcasters saying, oh, he shouldn't have tried. He shouldn't have gone for 80. He shouldn't have gone to break Kobe's record. My question is, would you not have done the same thing? I mean, if you had been in Bam Adebayo's shoes, would you not have tried to go for that record? I mean, we live in a soft society where we say, well, everybody gets a ribbon. No, look, man, if I have a chance to break that record, I'm going to go break it. And I applaud Bam Adebayo for it. Now, the only thing I didn't love was in the final, 4 or 5 minutes of the game, he kind of took some cheap shots, and yeah, he was kind of foul baiting. But again, the game was already in hand. Who cares, man? Go get that record. A lot of people are blaming the Wizard, or a lot of people are blaming Bam Adebayo. I say, look, tell the Wizards to stop fouling. I mean, to some degree. I mean, at what point do we blame the Wizards, man? And that second record that Brandon's referring to, for those of y'all that don't know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the presumptive MVP, broke Wilt Chamberlain's record, and that record is not 100 points in a game, although I think he could do that. That record is 127 straight games with 20 or more points. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. I don't care if the guy shoots 15 free throws a game. Again, you scoring 20 straight every night, that takes a lot of skill, man. I'm just going to say,
let alone 127 times.
Yeah, I know. I have never seen a player. Well, I don't want to say never. I have very rarely seen players of SGA's level in terms of his ISO game. Just his ability to create his own shot, his ability to finish at the rim. I mean, he's nearly impossible to defend one. Unreal player, man. I mean, love him or hate him, he's an unreal talent.
Absolutely. All right, Shane, you have your sports story, man.
Whoa. Hold on 1 second. I got to say something about this Adebayo thing. No, I'm sorry. I got to chime in on this.
Oh boy, here we go.
No. I got to chime in on this.
Where's the flag? I'm gonna throw the flag on you right now.
I'm chiming in on this one, man. Nobody's mad at Bam exactly per se that he got the 80.
Yeah, they are. Stephen,
that's not the issue. The issue is I watched that game. The last 5 minutes, the last quarter, actually, Miami was actually fouling just so he can get the ball back. So when Kobe got the reason why, let me tell you why people are mad. I'll tell you why they're mad. Because when Kobe got that record, it was in the flow of the game, and they were trying to win. They were down by like 20, 30 points, and then he brought them back to win by the amount that they won by. For some reason, their coach Sam, I can't remember his last name. The coach Sam, I can't remember his last name, but he wasn't double Kobe.
You know the Sam who the coach with last name was? We can't remember.
I know. I can't remember his last name, but he wasn't double Kobe. The reason why people are mad is because when Bam was it was fourth quarter, he was about at 60 something or whatever. The fact that Miami started to foul just so he can get the ball back to stop the clock. That's what they're pissed about, because like, where's the integrity? Like, come on, man, let the game flow out. If they would let the game play and flow out, he would have finished with 50-something points. Okay, whatever. Okay, good job. Bam's a heck of a player, first of all. Bam plays nothing like up to his capabilities. He plays within the team. Bam Adebayo can go out there and drop a triple-double with 30, 40 points every night if he wanted to. He's that talented of a player, but he plays within the Heat system. Nobody's knocking anything from Bam. He's very talented player. Very talented
Unpopular opinion, Coach Spo should be gone.
But he got dirt on Pat Riley. He's never leaving that organization. You forget he was the video guy. You forget.
1 year away from being in a nursing home.
Hey, Spoelstra was the video guy, so that means Spoelstra got video on everybody that was in that organization. But that's kind of the reason why people are upset, and that's valid. I will say that is valid because the Heat started. They're up 20, they're up 40 points, and they're fouling, so Bam can get the ball back. That's where the problem lies. Now, as far as Bam goes, hey man, do what you got to do, man. Get that record, and do what you do, man. Get it. If it's that easy, why don't everybody else do it? So I mean, it was hard. So I applaud Bam for that, but I guess it was just the integrity and the way that he got it at the end when they just started, like, his team started fouling when they're up 40, just so they can stop the clock and he can get the ball back. That's where the issue lies. And as far as SGA goes, man, hey man, boy. On draft day, he spent his rookie year with the Clippers. Then he got traded to OKC for Paul George. That Paul George trade,
man, Paul George still be banking.
That Paul George trade just dismantled the Clippers, man. That's crazy.
Why you never trade a player in their first or second year?
There you go. Right. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
But Sacramento Kings that too when they traded Halliburton.
Yep. Should have kept Halliburton. That was crazy, man. But yeah, man, that Bam thing. Like I said, I respect it. But at the same time, I see why people aren't respecting it. So it is what it is.
All right, Shane, give us your sports story, man. The floor is yours, good sir.
Oh yeah, well, my quick sports story is we witnessed an instant classic last night when it comes to exhibition baseball games.
Yeah.
As we know, the USA took on the Dominican Republic, squared off, and ended up winning 2-1. Saw some offense early, and then not much after that. Great to see some defensive plays. Bobby Witt Jr. If he keeps playing like this, they're gonna have to start thinking of him sliding into that third base shortstop hole and making a diving play and throwing it across the diamond. Start encompassing that like he did the Derek Jeter throwback. The jump throw that he always did. But we do know that was a ball last night. We're not going to talk about that, but there's no ABS in the World Baseball Classic. So,
I believe the term you want to say is sugarcoat, Shane. No, we're not going to sugarcoat that.
It's a mute point now. We'll put it like that. Man, I just want to highlight a couple of things for an exhibition game. Not to be an all-star game. There was with the lineup of 18. The combined lineup had 52 combined all-star games, 32 Silver Slugger awards, 11 Gold Gloves, and 5 MVPs. Just in 18 players. Of the 18 players in the lineup, 17 are on ESPN's top 100 players in Major League Baseball. 15 of those 17 are in the top 50. So definitely saw some great talent. Skeens, other than the home run that he gave up, man, he looked pretty good. Coming to be one of those kind of untouchable pitchers that we've seen in the past, like in Kershaw and Scherzer and all them when they were in their prime. So definitely great seeing the young talent and, with Anthony and Bobby Witt and Skeens all, kind of showcasing last night. I think the USA is going to be in a good spot for a few of these to come.
Hopefully so. Yes, Ralph, we got to, you just heard to give a shout out to your boy Paul Skeens there. So yeah,
exactly. Thank you.
He's lighting it up left and right. God,
yes, he is.
I do wish he had that letter A on his shoulder and wore Atlanta Braves. Just saying that. Now comes.
It could happen, Brandon. It all depends on what the
that's true.
The tightwad owner decides to do. So
that is right. Now comes everybody's favorite segment. It is the. Yes, it is our honorable mentions. We give you 1 to 3 sports stories, 2 to 4, whatever you want to look at to it, that usually the mainstream media doesn't cover enough of, or they just don't cover, period. And we cover them because that's what we are. We're the Sportz Nuts. So tell everybody to tune in. We do cover every sport. My first honorable mention, shout out to Gonzaga's men's and women's basketball, y'all. They finished up their final match ever as members of the West Coast Conference, and both have made the NCAA tournament, but also a huge shout out, by the way, to the West Coast Conference as they put it 3 bids into the NCAA tournament. You got Gonzaga, you had St. Mary's, and you had Santa Clara. So huge shout out to the West Coast Conference and those 3 teams. Shane, give us your first honorable mention, sir.
My first honorable mention is going to go shout out to the Auburn University pitching staff this past weekend. The rotation of Marciano, Sanders, and Petrovic. They all combined to pitch 21.2 of the 27 innings that they had this weekend. Allowed 2 runs on only 9 hits with 5 walks and 23 strikeouts. So more strikeouts than innings pitched between those 3. ERA was a .83. So definitely shout out to those 3 young men there for Auburn University and their pitching staff and what they were able to do this past weekend.
Matt, give us your honorable mention, please, sir.
Yeah, I know it's been mentioned, and we kind of mentioned it and been touched on it, man. But you got to give a shout out to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for breaking Will Chamberlain's record, man. To do that and to be a guard, man, there's nothing but respect, man. Just the way he orchestrates the game and controls the games are just magnificent, man. It's like a maestro at work, man. You got to give it to the kid, man. Takes his craft seriously. So mine's going to go to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, man.
Ben, give us your first honorable mention, please, sir.
I know we talked a little bit about Paul Skeens already, but I want to go in a little bit more in depth of just how I don't think people understand just how good a job he did last night. Without Paul Skeens, there's no way, no shot USA wins that game. 0. He only allowed 1 run, and he had 7 strikeouts in 6 innings, guys. I mean, against anybody, that's good, but especially against the DR. Against the Dominican Republic, man. I mean, I'm going to say this. I will say this. Whenever the MLB season officially starts, the Pittsburgh Pirates should give that man whatever the heck he wants. I'd say, look.
Yes.
I'd say, look, Paul. I'd say, look.
Here's the check.
Here's a blank check. Tell me how much you want to be here and how much you want. It could be 15-year deal for $500 million, whatever it is. Just
well, Ben, I want to say this. They've tried 3 times to sign him to another extension, and he turned them down. So when his contract's up, he could be going bye-byes because I don't think any amount of money. He wants a winning team, and I don't think it's more than just money. So and if he'll probably end up in the Dodgers, Yankees, or maybe Atlanta or somewhere, and help them win. They've offered him 3 extensions already in the last 2 years, and he's turned them down. So.
One can only hope it becomes.
Libby Dunn don't want to live in Pittsburgh, man. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And the Pirates have to start winning to keep players because a lot of these guys they let Andrew McCutchen go. He was doing some stuff with the team, and he wants to retire as a Pittsburgh Pirate. He wanted to get at least a playoff run or a World Series or something. And I feel bad for him. He's with the Texas Rangers now, so. I mean, bad ownership. That's the whole problem. And, it's still going. We'll see what they do this year. They got some pretty good free agents. See what happens.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah. So I have 2. My last 2 honorable mentions are going to go together. The first one is shout out to Furman for they're in the NCAA tournament. Remember they did in 2023. Virginia sure as heck doesn't forget. Wright State, they got back into the NCAA tournament, but I really want to give a shout out to the Hofstra Pride being in there for the first time since I was a junior in high school. That'd be 2001. So shout out to Hofstra. Shout out to Idaho as well. First time being in the NCAA tournament since 1990. My last honorable mention, I got to give a shout out, and I just texted Matt this too. I got to give a shout out to the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
They're about to win their 10th straight game. They're absolutely molly-whopping Orlando. They were up at one point by 40 over the Orlando Magic. It's down to less than 40. Oh, darn. Still in the 30s.
Trey who?
Exactly. At this point now, they're on the verge of being away from the stupid play-in tournament, and they're on the verge of the 6th seed, which is where you got to be to stop worrying about the play-in. So maybe the Atlanta gets the chance. I don't know. We'll see. Matt, give us your next honorable mention, please, sir.
Oh man, of course I was gonna, to piggyback off of that, man. I was gonna, go with the Hawks as well. But shout out to the Hawks, man. 10 in a row. They lost a couple after they traded Trey, but then they won just 10 straight, man. You got to give it to them. Whole team is playing defense. They're all buying in. And everybody buys in, man, no matter what team you are. If you buy in, then you'll be a dangerous team, especially with all the athletes they got, man. And especially, I think the biggest thing, the part of the trade that nobody talks about is CJ McCollum's leadership, man. And, I think
you should have heard our boy talk about him.
I think Tracy McCollum is what did it, man. Get that veteran.
Yeah, they got that veteran that can still come in and drop 20 points and here and there when needed and pick his spots, but also teach the young guys, man. And you see, and slowly but surely, Brandon, You see Risha say, man, she's trending up a
Yeah,
little bit.
everybody has started literally. The Atlanta Hawks. This is a completely different team than Matt and I saw just a couple weeks ago. Even
they're doing what the Charlotte Hornets did a couple months ago.
The Charlotte Hornets, they were hotter than hot.
But then but
what goes up must come down. You know that.
Remember though, Atlanta, they have played some mediocre teams in the beginning, man. But we'll see, man. Coming around. Yeah, who?
Orlando ain't mediocre.
Orlando's
they're the number 1 team in the Southeast still.
I think Paolo is just starting to remember how to play basketball again. So I think Orlando's really doing it. Paolo's been balling lately, man. So I gotta get that
shooters. That's their problem.
That even though that's actually true. They need shooters, man. It's crazy. They have Jet Howard on the team. They don't use him. I don't think he can shoot. Anyways, man. Some news came out about the NBA in hopes of expanding again, and so it looks like my honorable mention is going to go to the 2 cities of Seattle and Las Vegas. It looks like you guys are probably about to get your NBA teams in the next couple of seasons.
We actually asked about that while you're out. We asked him, I said, do you think there's a valuable opportunity that we're going to see it happen in the next 5 years? He said, yeah. He said Seattle more than Vegas, but he could definitely see both happening.
Well, you got to, man, because, Seattle has a huge basketball culture. They'll have corporate support from companies like Amazon and Microsoft. They'll have a renovated arena. I think the Climate Pledge Arena, it already exists.
And Nike is going to sponsor them because Nike sponsors everything.
Hey, man, it's pretty much restoring a market the NBA should have never lost, man. That's pretty much what Seattle is. And with Vegas, man, what else needs to be said? Major sports capital, massive tourism. The Golden Knights already had success. They have the Raiders there too. Summer League's already there. Hey, man, and they got a potential ownership group, man, with huge financial backing. So, it's Vegas. It's Vegas, man. Vegas could possibly become the new sports capital of America, man, if they do it right. So those are my last honorable mentions.
Shane, give us your last honorable mentions, plural.
My last honorable mention, one's got to go to Mr. Big Play Slay. Darius Slay announced his retirement after 13 seasons, I do believe, in the league. 6-time Pro Bowler. 6-time Pro Bowler. One all pro selection in 2017. 655 tackles. Just a great career that he had, especially those few seasons that he had with Philadelphia really stood out during his career. But definitely shout out to him. And my last honorable mention that I'll say is just kind of a jokingly one. It goes out to Texas Tech's football strength and conditioning. They have banned 40-pound weights in their weight room.
I saw this story. Yes, I saw this story. I thought it was fake.
So some people have criticized it, the move, but hey, we'll see how it goes. Of course, if you looked at their linebackers last year with Rodriguez and them, I mean, they were some physical specimens in the first place.
Beast.
Definitely, I don't see them picking up any 40-pound weights. Maybe the kickers are going to get a little upset about this, but we're talking about major Division I college football program here. So, and one last shout out, Italy might be facing the U.S. Already up 2-0 on Venezuela right now.
Ooh,
Italy's they've been killing it, man.
Hey, y'all. I know we're close on time, so I want to say this. What an amazing episode we had, y'all. It feels so good to be back. We're back. Yes, season 6 is going to be even more elite than normal. Our guests are going to be even bigger. We have a good co-host, a fill-in co-host, and Mr. Ralph Williams is going to be joining us more often. We're going to be covering even more sports, some UFL possibly. Definitely going to be covering some tennis, more golf. Shane is our golf guru, by the way. Although I probably could hang with him a little more than I used to now that I got my knee fixed. We're going to have some whatever. We're going to have some Masters coverage. Yes, the Masters is only a couple weeks away. Thank goodness for that. World Cup coverage. Our guy John from the Pitch Grid podcast was supposed to join us tonight, but it's okay. Time happens. And then we're going to cover some NFL draft because we actually have a mock draft coming up at the end of March and a lot more because we're going to cover some preseason too. So stay tuned for that one. What I do want to say is we have a special request for everybody. Now, we always enjoy everybody's interactions. It's some of the most enjoyable times, but we need your help. We want to hear from you. We want to hear some ideas for possible segments. Just give us 2 ideas, and the best one who gives the best topic that is given to us, you will be selected. What you need to do, you can message us on our YouTube page. You can message us on our Facebook page, which is at the Sportz Nutz. Twitter, it's the same as Facebook, at the Sportz Nutz. You can message us through email, which the email is sent to is BrandonKeelerOnRadio@gmail.com. You can message Shane on his Facebook or Instagram. You can message Matt on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Just don't expect Matt to reply because he doesn't reply to anything.
New season, baby. New season. I'm in it. I'm in it strong. I'm in it.
Believe it when we see it. And then you can also message Ben Willis on his Facebook page. I believe he also has an Instagram page. But you can find us on all social medias. You can message Ralph as well. We want to hear the best topic ideas. Just give us 2. And whoever gives us the best 2, you are going to win a special segment on our show. It means you get to come on for 10 to 15 minutes and debate or argue. And Ben has already said he's looking forward to seeing who can argue with him because can't nobody banter better than him. So we're eager to that one. But yes, Matt will even create a little introduction for you saying welcome as you're part of this special segment. You have to give all your submissions in by April the 20th of this year. And we will absolutely cornhole segment.
Really, Ralph?
Did say cornhole segment. I love it.
Did you see the accuracy on the way? You see the accuracy on the way he threw that beanbag? Oh my God, top accuracy.
I love it.
How about professional yachting? There you go. We can talk about that.
Well, there is this league. It's called the Professional Pillow Fight League. I mean, and there's also that Professional Oklahoma League where everybody drills into each other. Have you guys seen that, by the way? The Oklahoma League? Oh my God, that's
no. Hey, have you seen this league with they have like 8-foot rims and people are just dunking on them like crazy?
No.
It's like a basketball league, man. They have the 8-foot rims.
Anybody can make a sport out of anything. Literally.
Too. That is
the professional slapping league. So you can slap each other the heck out of each other's faces.
That hurts, man. I'm too delicate for that. That hurts.
Hey, ESPN Ocho, thank you for all of it.
Hey, them guys come out there like 6'5", 400 pounds, arms looking like this. It is. Can you imagine a big hand just comes to your head, sizing up your face? No, he's just sizing it up real quick. You're like, oh, slow motion.
Hey, Matt, they're going to have it in the Olympics, professional slapping. There you go.
Are you serious?
No.
Matt Gold was written on the ceiling.
Y'all see the one with the girl where she got slapped and like her face completely changed? Like,
yes.
She looked completely different.
Did you see the one where the girl got slapped and she was about to cry and she couldn't hold it in? She's like, and then she goes, I quit. And she just like lost it because it hurt. She's like, it hurt so hard. I'm like, oh my God, this is the sport that you signed up for.
Hands of steel, baby. Hands of steel.
That's right. Guys, we had a fantastic episode. Here's what's upcoming on the next few episodes. Episode 206 will be Wednesday. We have our guy, Marcus McCallum and Tony Gladstone. Remember, they come and join us every Wednesday. We always have a great time with them. So we have episode 207, Friday the 20th. Jerry White of the Jerry White Show. He is going to join us. He's going to give us his outlook for this upcoming draft and give us the outlook for his Buffalo Bills. Remember, he's a diehard Buffalo Bills fan, and he's eager to talk to you, Matt. He has said he cannot wait to banter with you. Episode 208, Monday, March the 23rd. Then episode 209, Wednesday, March 25th. Episode 210 is a big one. We have the NFL mock draft. It's Friday, March the 27th. We have Tim from Call on the Play. Excuse me. Tim from Call on the Play. Cole from Flag on the Take. Chase from Dirty Fanatics United, and a bunch more. You're going to see Ralph on there too. We're all going to have our NFL mock draft. We're going to give Matt and I discussed it's either 2 or 3 rounds we're going to give, but yeah, we're going to give our mock drafts. So be tuned for that one. And then finally, episode 211, Monday, March the 30th. Matt, an old friend, is going to join us. Coach Vince is joining us. He's going to talk about the Detroit Lions. He's going to give us his sleeper picks and his expectations for the upcoming season for the Detroit Lions. So lots to look forward to. So with that being said, for everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you guys so much. To our guy, Ky Carlin, for also taking time out of his schedule to come on our show. It really does mean a lot. Ralph, give your final goodbye, sir.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. And everyone, please be safe out there and have yourself a great night. Please don't forget to tune in Wednesday, 7:30, Friday, 7:30 for the Sportz Nutz Show. For Shane Owen, Matt Thomas, and Brandon Keeler, I'm Ralph Williams. Have yourself a great one. Please be safe.
Absolutely. Ben, give your final goodbyes, sir.
Well, first off, everybody stay safe. There's a lot of major storms. I'm sure we got a lot of people tuning in from the Midwest, especially. Everybody stay safe out there. Listen to the alerts. Listen to the local authorities. If they tell you to go in your basement, do whatever you got to do. Please listen to them. Don't play around with these tornadoes, man. Please stay safe out there. God bless, and everybody have a good evening.
Absolutely. Matt, give your final goodbyes, sir.
Man, after Ralph's, man, I thought we were done. The way he sounded this off, man, sound this all off, man. I thought we were all done, man. That was a good one.
Ralph, good night.
That was a good one, man. I was ready to take the headphones off.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, Matt. I got carried away, man.
No, Ralph. No. There's nothing wrong, man.
You can carry away, surely no.
No. The person in the wrong here is Brandon for asking you first. Should have asked you last. So this is Brandon's fault. So,
That's because I have Shane give me the best goodbyes.
Well, after Shane, you're gonna go back to Ralph, man, so he can sign us off. So, hey, man, guys, you know what it is, guys. Just especially like Ben alluded to with the storms out there, man. Be safe. We got the NCAA tournament coming this weekend. It's Monday, so later. Hey, guys, we got the NCAA tournament coming up this week. So I used to do it back when I used to work. If you're gonna drink, man, and drive, make sure you got a designated driver. Last thing you want is the whoops pull up behind you while you're riding down the street. It's not gonna be pretty. You don't want to be in jail when them tornadoes are coming, man. So just do what you got to do.
You last on that totem pole.
Yes. Get home safe and get home safely, guys. Don't get flagged in this game of life.
And look, there's for you, Ralph. Closing minute.
Like I said,
man, nailed it.
Give your final goodbyes, please, sir.
Oh yeah, as always, man. It's great to be back for season 6. Always great for viewers, listeners, subscribers. Everybody out there that somehow enjoys hearing us talk a little bit about sports nonsense every once in a while. We appreciate it from the bottom of our heart.
I'm so proud of you.
But definitely, may the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease. Indeed. Y'all, as I always tell you, thank you so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate you. We will see you on Wednesday. Until then, as I always tell you, peace up. A-Town down. Why it's the greatest sports that ever was. You guys have a fantastic night. Enjoy this new outro. And thanks, Matt, for putting both the intro and outro out there. Until then, good night.